Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a makeup look. I used the Tartelette in Bloom palette that just came out, and I decided to use a frosty lip in this look because I just love all the frost and sparkle that's going on this season in the winter. So let's not waste any time and just continue on with the tutorial and show you how I achieved this look. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm basically taking a nice chocolatey brown color and I'm really working it deeply into my crease. And the color here that I'm using is Swiss Chocolate by MAC Cosmetics. I'm just taking the color leader in the Tartelette in Bloom palette and I'm using a fluffy brush, basically a blending brush, the MAC 224 brush, and I am working the color into my crease. I'm not really trying to be super neat with it. I'm just giving myself a nice deep wash on the crease. And now I'm going to go ahead and take the color Charmer and I'm going to use this to basically just highlight my brow bone just to make the transition between dark and light much more smooth. And then the next step I'm going to do is do my lids, and I'm going to take the color Firecracker and I'm going to pop that onto my lids. As you saw in a previous shot, I did wet the brush and I just wetted it with any type of facial setting spray. I used the Mario Badescu one. And now I am going to go ahead and line my lids. I am only using the eyeliner just to kind of help cover up the space between false eyelashes. So I do end up doing a small cat eye, but it was very small. And now I already popped on some lashes. I couldn't film that, and I'm just working them onto my eyelids. Now taking the Makeup Forever HD foundation, I'm just going to basically stamp this foundation onto my face and really work it into my skin so I can get a nice flawless finish. I'm just going to go ahead and use the LA Girl Cosmetics Orange Concealer. And I know you guys see this all over Instagram. It's very popular. And I saw it a lot and I was like, okay, it's kind of weird, but I'm still going to try it. So I basically try it because I do tend to get bags under my eyes because I am like a night owl and I don't really sleep sometimes. So it's like I need something to kind of cover it up. And I also like that if you use this concealer and then underneath another concealer that's like more of a flesh tone, it's not going to give you an ashy effect because sometimes I do get an ashy look with highlighting concealer. So I really like to put this underneath so it can like warm up the skin. And now I'm going to go ahead and take the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer. I just got this the other day. It's pretty new, so I wanted to test it out and see how I like it. I actually did like it. I do think it's a really nice concealer, a really nice drugstore concealer because it actually does give the coverage, but at the same time it's not so heavy, and it didn't crease as much as I expected it to crease, and there was no separation either. So I'm just using this concealer in a highlighting form, just drawing out the areas where I want my highlight to happen, where I want, you know, the emphasis to be on those areas. So it's usually under the eyes, down the bridge of my nose, forehead, and on my chin. And the reason why I put it on my forehead is because I kind of want my forehead to look a little bit bigger. And now I'm just taking the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the color Coconut, and I'm just drawing out all of my contour lines. Now I do tend to do this almost like every day. It's just because I think I'm obsessed with just doing this. Like I really like to do it for fun. I personally don't see like an extreme difference in my face when I do this, but I don't know, I just really like doing this. I feel like it makes me feel super glam, so I go ahead and do it. So now that I've drawn out everything on my face, I'm just going to take a beauty blender, and the beauty blender is damp, and I'm just going to press out all of the highlighting areas. I usually like to press out the highlighting areas first and then go in with the brush and work out the contour lines, because I just feel like if I use a brush for like all over the face, then it doesn't really create a definition. It becomes like one big blur. So I like to separately blend out each color. So now I'm just going to use the Kat Von D Contour Shade and Light palette, and I'm just going to take the darkest color in the palette and just work it on to just the cheekbones, just so my cheekbones could look higher or much more defined. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do with that palette. I do go ahead and take that salmony color and I just kind of cut the contour just to clean it up and give it a much more sharper look. And now in this clip, you're going to see that I'm basically working on the lower lash line. And what I'm doing is I'm just taking the MAC Swiss Chocolate and I'm just working that onto my lower lash line just to give my lower lash line a nice, deep, sexy look. And then to brighten up, I used the NYX Milk little thing. What's that thing called? The little eyeshadow thing. It's called Milk. And now I'm putting on some blush, and I'm using the Urban Decay 8-Hour blush, and it's called Rapture. And then I'm moving on to highlighting, and I'm using Benefit High Beam. And I'm just using this as a liquid highlighter so then I can set powder highlighter on top of it because I really wanted an intense highlighter. I don't know what it is about winter. I love to wear intense highlight colors. Like, I want my highlight to be like super intense. And I like to look very, very shiny. So now I'm taking the color Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics, and I'm just working that into my cheeks so I can get a nice glow. And for this look, I wanted to go with a nudie lip look. So I'm just taking the color Stone MAC lipstick, Stone, and then I'm popping on the color Fetish, and this is a metallic brown from MAC, and I just wore that. And now this is the finished look, and I hope you guys like this look, and I'll see you on my next video. Love you, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!